Hi everyone, welcome back to ESCXTRA. We are recording this right after the 2020 Junior Eurovision Song Contest, and obviously we now know that France have won the overall contest with their fourth participant, Valentina, with the song J'imagine, with Dominik, Maria, and Lisa to discuss what we think of the results. So, Maria, start us off. What did you think of France? Was it the rightful winner?
Well, I guess that was rightful winner for sure, because it's just a perfect combination of everything. It's like really a real song for children with beautiful staging. Could you just imagine all the decorations that were in the background? This dance in Eiffel Tower was classic, and it got most of the perfect ingredients for to win. So I'm not surprised, and I'm really happy for France. They finally did it after all. So congrats to Valentina.
Lisa, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's the perfect winner because it just, as Maria said, it sort of captures the essence of Junior Eurovision. At the end of the day, it's a kids show, and it's a song purely for kids to get into, and clearly they loved it and all voted for it. And Valentina's adorable. She sells the whole package. She's already got stagecraft, like so young. She got into the character of the song. She could sing. The staging was completely on point. France did a great job with that. They knew exactly who they were catering that song to, and now they've got it, and they deserve the win.
Dominik, your thoughts?
I think France had the perfect package. I mean, Valentina fits perfect for the song. They had an amazing, catchy performance. Yeah, well, everything was perfect. It was, I don't know, it was just the whole perfect thing. I mean, there was a lot of amazing songs and amazing performances, but I think France, they went viral last year with their song, and I think they can do it again this year. And it was just a good winner, I think.
Yeah, for me, it was a catchy song. It had a really good hook. The la 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 j'imagine. You know, it kind of hooks you in, and Valentina played the part very well in terms of her performance. You know, it's what you expect with this kind of song, like sweet bubblegum pop, and you know, are perfect for children. And obviously, the contest is aimed for children, and it worked quite well for them. So we would like to congratulate France on their first win since about the 70s at a Eurovision event. So well done for them. Moving on, we're going to go look at the results. Overall, obviously France won, and then with 200 points. And then you've got Kazakhstan second, Spain third, Netherlands fourth, Belarus fifth, Georgia sixth, Ukraine seventh, Malta eighth, Poland ninth, Russia 10th, Serbia 11th, and Germany on 12th place. I'm going to first go to Dominik, unfortunately, because he is the one from Germany in this panel today.
Well, I think...
Is it a deserved placing, or what do you think went wrong? Because I know that we all know that a lot of fans have said they should have sent "See You Later" instead of "Stronger with You." So, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think she did a great job. Of course, somebody has to come last, and I was wondering what it was. Her song was very mature. Her performance was very. It wasn't like this colorful explosion. It was very minimalistic with the colors. Well, her singing was great. I think she did a great job. Of course, yeah, somebody has to come last. I'm also very excited to see the viewing figures tomorrow for the first time in Germany that they aired it. yeah, I don't know why we came last, but yeah, somebody has to.
Do you think it would deter Germany coming back in 2021?
I don't think the result will be like will have an impact on if we come back or not. I think we I think we will come back. Yeah. It was just the first time. It is very difficult to say if you have to send a song that is very mature or more like a very catchy song. I was also wondering, what is the audience you want to appeal to? Is it like the kids audience? Is it the EC fans that are like more adults or older? What kind of group do you want to speak to in your song? And I think the German song was more speaking to an adult group or like older people. I think the catchy songs could go better. They don't always do, but like in this case, they had a winning catchy song, but also like Kazakhstan with a more strong ballad song, also doing very well. And Kazakhstan was close in the running order after Germany, right? Well, second or something?
Yeah, it was second, yeah.
Well, maybe this colors off. I don't know. But maybe they just had the very strong song after us. But I think Susan did a great job, and I'm proud of her.
Okay, then how about you, Maria? Russia came 10th, which is very, very low for Russia. And obviously,
yes.
I mean, it was a great performance. So, what is your reaction towards that?
Well, first of all, I didn't expect anything from Sophia, to be honest, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen on her performance. So I just, I listened to the song and I considered it as like, well, another easy catchy song for kids, whatever. But when I watched the performance tonight, I was really impressed because it's really bright, colorful, and Sophia looked so confident, and her vocal skills were just on point. So I thought that, wow, I'm actually proud of her. Yeah, and I thought the place would be a little bit higher. I didn't expect it to win, but I thought it would be, let's say, top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but as Dominik said, someone has to be in last places. So this time it's us as well. So I think Sophia did a great job. I'm really proud of her. She represented Russia really, really good this year. So she did her best, and the results are here, and the winner is well deserved anyway. So let's just say that Russia did their best, and the audience decided everything and made their choice.
All right, Lisa. Obviously, we're both from the UK, and we have no representation in the contest because Wales has withdrawn. Watching the show from the outside, was there anyone that stood out to you, or who you think didn't, was ranked unfairly or like placed unfairly, you think?
Well, we had the interesting battles of like all the ballads. So you had Germany, Belarus, and Malta being the maturer ballads, and then you had Georgia, Russia, and Kazakhstan being your more sort of traditional sort of Eurovision power ballads. So they each had their competing battles within that. So you're always going to have those winners and losers. And overall, Kazakhstan really stood out the most because you can tell they invested a lot in the technology of the staging, the equipment that they utilized, and the dress, of course, that Alina Nacheva would be shaking.
Yeah.
And just how they threw everything into Karakat, and of course the official Kazakhstan Twitter account was even trying to promote her and get everyone voting. So yeah, they excelled the maximum out of that, and I just hope Germany don't get too disheartened because they were sort of thrown under the bus in the way of being on like, oh yes, come and join us. Oh wait, we're going to throw you on first. So there's opportunities there in the future. They've had their test run. They know how it works now. And there's not really anyone that's sort of disappointed or didn't deserve anything, because they are all kids being kids, and we see it through the gaze of being adults, and it's kind of not fair in a way to sort of impart that on them when they're still young and learning.
Couldn't have put it into better words, Lisa. Okay, then moving on, we are going to go look at the way the show was done. Obviously, TVP hosted the show for a second consecutive year in a row, and obviously in a different environment due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I wanted to ask you three on how do you think TVP did in terms of hosting it? And do you think this is something that we might have to do at the 2021 Eurovision Song Contest? Because obviously, I remember a couple of months ago, ESCXTRA has mentioned that they are looking at how it's going to work. But do you think they've pulled it off? Because obviously there's a potential that everyone might not be able to go to Rotterdam. Let's start over with Maria.
Okay. Well, I think the TVP made an impressive job, just taking into account the conditions that all this pandemic stuff. Some countries can come, some countries can't. So they did an impressive job, just trying to get it all together, organize it all. I think they did really great, but there is one thing that I don't know, something that I have a doubt, and that this green screen cutouts, I don't know, these like with Duncan Lawrence and so on. This looked quite well weird. it was really good to hear Duncan again. Yes, it's obvious, yeah. But it was a bit weird to see, like, well, he's here or not, whatever. It was a little bit weird because I'm not used to such performances probably. And then we got the common song in the same way, and it looked also a little bit weird. So I think this was just trying out the format, and I do hope that if we got such conditions for Eurovision, for coming Eurovision, so EBU would think this over and create something more, how to say, more okay, it will look much better than tonight, but it was a really good effort to create the impression of being all together. So good job to TVP. And in terms of pandemic, this is really great. Okay.
First than anyone said, the pandemic is great.
How about your thoughts, Lisa? What's your thought on it?
I think if anyone just sort of had randomly tuned in, they probably wouldn't have noticed, to be honest. It flowed well, all the acts, all the songs came across really well, and they used the effects to the best of their ability. I mean, we have to remember that TVP doesn't have like the big budgets of all the big broadcasters around the world, and Junior Eurovision itself doesn't have the budget that is thrown into Eurovision itself. So within those limitations and everything going on this year, they put on a show, and it came across well in the production. I mean, okay, the sort of the group performance at the end looked a bit odd. Paula and Ov would be shaking at those holograms. But they made it work within the budget they had and the time frame to get it all done too.
That should be it. Okay. Dominik, how about you?
Yeah, I also think the budget is probably way less than at Eurovision, just like Lisa said. They tried everything, and I think they also wanted to test almost everything out to see what they want to use for Eurovision. I think TVP did a great job. It was good. I think parts of this that now all countries can travel there. We will have that probably with Eurovision, and also with all the restrictions changing now all the time. They did the best they could with the group performance and with the Duncan performance. They tested it now, and I think they just gonna keep it there. Like when they had the group performance, I was like, maybe it would have been like a bit nicer as a music video style, like not on the same stage and like with the virtual reality. But it was nice, and I mean they did a lot of work with that. I don't know if they want to keep doing this for Eurovision, but overall I think TVP did a great job. They did it last year. They did a great job. They did it now with a TV studio production, not in an arena. They did great. I like the postcards. I also, with the performances, you could see it was slightly different for most of the performances. The stage was a bit different, but I think they did the best they could. And yeah, I think they did the maximum they can, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna do or keep for Eurovision.
Okay, for me, like obviously we've had a contrast 2019. We've had it in a huge arena in Gliwice, Silesia, and then for them to be downsized to a TV studio and to test out virtual reality for performances like this, I think they've done a good job. And the fact that they've had a short time to just do this in, I think it was announced that in 2019 that they weren't no one's gonna try. Well, not everyone can go to Warsaw, so I think for the time frame that they had, for the budget that they had, and for the resources and everything else, I think they've done quite a good job on it. And we know that TVP has now proven itself as a well-known broadcaster and have basically just shown that no matter what you throw at us, we are able to create something and put on a spectacular show, which is what they've done. Okay, rounding off the discussion, overall at the Junior Eurovision 2020, do you think this will be memorable as it is, comparing it to obviously the other versions that have taken place in like big studios and stuff? What are your thoughts?
I think it will be a memorable edition because it was always different, like the past years, and hopefully the next years will be back to normal. It was a lot of work they haven't done in the past, like bringing everyone together, even though you can't. I think it was a good edition. The songs were good, the performances were good. I liked the postcards. The whole production was probably the best they can do, and also probably most other broadcasters can do with given circumstances. TVP can be proud of their result and on the show, and it will go in history as a good edition and a good show in 2020. Like
Maria?
Well, TVP didn't fail, so it's really good to know during these times. And overall, the show was really great. I enjoyed it from the beginning to the end, and I liked all the songs. They were quite different. We got various palette of different genres, so like ballads and up-tempo or whatever. And I like the fact that TVP did their best and tried all the ways to bring everyone together and to ensure everything is fair and square and so on. So this edition would be really unforgettable one and a successful one, I'd say.
Lisa, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, we were never going to get a massive party, given everything that's gone on this year. But given all the circumstances, the fact that they were still able to give us a show and give us something when the world is still mostly under heavy restrictions is a lot. It shows a lot for what TVP and the EBU were able to do in the time frame, and it'll stand the test of time just for the innovations they were able to pull off in the end, and just the range of songs, the level of performances the kids were able to do, given that it's probably a very stressful time for them as well. So yeah, it will hold up well as a strong contest.
Okay, personally, for me, I think that the 2020 contest, it actually got kind of emotional, like just going through social media, because we didn't think we were going to get any sort of Eurovision event. And fast forward, like, about like 6 or 7 months later, we've actually got sort of an event. You know, it might not be big, but it is something, and we, you know, everyone, you know, just kind of like watched it and kind of forget a bit for about a couple of hours. And it was a well-produced show. And also watching it how TVP done it and how they collaborated with the EBU, I think that no matter what scenario we get thrown at in 2021, it would mean that we know that Eurovision is going to happen. It's just a matter of fact that we know that whatever scenario gets picked by the organizers in early next year, they are able to put off a show, something like this. So
also, yeah. Well, TVP got a double responsibility this year, as we didn't have any Eurovision earlier, so they should have done the show, which was like a Junior Eurovision and replacing the Eurovision as well. So I think we did a really great job tonight.
yeah, so you know, it's scenario D is not what we want. I don't think any fan wants that, but you know, that just shown that if scenario D is necessary, the option's right there. And we know that it won't be the same, but we already know as a fact, it's a given that the 2021 would be a bit different. It would just depend on how different it'd be, but we'll figure out in 2021. So that's it. That's our reaction to the 2020 Junior Eurovision Song Contest. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you like what you saw, then press the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to push the notification bell to be one of the first people to find out when we got a video. Also, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at ESCXTRA. But for now, we hope you have a good evening and we'll see you later. Bye.